On to our next keycap set, and this is a direct opposite to the Arcadia set we previously took a look at. This one's a bit colder, technical, but functional. Let's get to unboxing them. But before we continue with the video, let's keep the lights on here in the studio. This video was brought to you by Sneak Attack Design Lab. They're a clothing company that specializes in technical fashion, more commonly known as techwear, and you can see me in their clothes in most of my videos. I've been supporting their brand ever since I met them back in 2019, and now they're returning the favor. Head on over to the link in the description to get 10% off of your order from their site. Check their clothes out. You're bound to see something badass over there that'll look great on you. Thank you very much to Sneak Attack for this exclusive promo for my viewers. Now, back to the video. This is the KeyTok Beat Boy Smile Profile Die-Sub Keycap set. It comes in a simple dark gray box with a profile guide at the back so you can see at a glance the different profiles offered by KeyTok. This set has the Smile profile, which almost has the same key height and angle as the Cherry profile, but has a curved lower edge as well as rounder corners. Upon opening up the box, we can see a complimentary keycap puller and then the main set of keycaps. And hot damn, do these look good. They're predominantly black with hits of two-tone gray and hot orange contrasts. If you're a musician like me and these keycaps look familiar to you, it may be because their design is based off of the Teenage Engineering KO2 sampler and sequencer. I personally love it. This first tray, of course, contains all the main keys. Second tray down, we get the different sizes of space bars, a large Enter key, and R1 keys for non-standard bottom row keyboards. That's a nice touch here, KeyTok. We also get the modifier cluster and the numpad cluster keycaps. The last tray has all the alternate R1 to R4 keys, and boy does KeyTok give you options. We get almost 3 sets of alternate F-row keys and even more option for R1 keys. There are even blank keys, so if you want to fill in for keys that don't have an equivalent here, sure, go ahead. Alright, that's everything in the box. Time to take a closer look at these keys. Before moving on to the product tour, I would just like to remind you that if you're liking the video so far, please consider subscribing. Less than 1% of the people watching my videos are subscribed to the channel. Subscribing is free and greatly helps me in continuously creating content for this channel, and of course, is always greatly appreciated. Alright, let's head on over to the product tour. The first thing I like to check in these are alignments of the print, and as for the Beat Boy set, it's really good but not perfect. Icon prints are centered well and have clear edges, but I can notice a bit of skewing on some of the letter prints. Take for example the T and E keys. They lean ever so slightly to the left compared to the J, A, and S keys. This isn't something you're going to notice, if at all, because of the more pronounced downward slope of the keys, but yeah. There are also 2 general considerations for this keycap set. First off, they are die-sub, not double shot, which means that the prints on the keycaps will fade over time. I know that sounds bad, but trust me, the process takes a long-ass time. Years of constant careless use. Second consideration is that they're not shine-through. Your keyboard's RGB lighting will not pass through to the legends. They do have white bases though, so they will have a bright underglow because it reflects the light back to the plate. I do wish these were shine-through though, and these would have looked really nice. Unlike the Arcadia set we previously took a look at, the prints are not super wild. They're minimalist because they take their aesthetic cues from the Swedish tech brutalist design language of Teenage Engineering. They do employ nice solid colors though, and the black and gray keycaps greatly increase the pop effect of these little contrast prints. I have to commend KeyTok for including so much flexibility with this keycap set though. It has everything from different sized R2 keys up to the split space bar on Alice layouts. Alright, enough talking about the set, I want to install them and get to typing and styling. And for this set, I've selected my Rack CNAG Pro. It's got that straight edge, no nonsense brutalist look, and it's got a little screen and a dial, reminiscent of the KO2. Let's get them installed. Alright, I'm gonna do a quick time-lapse here. Installation is straightforward, as you would expect. The process is just made faster and easier because of the KeyMove P11 Quad Keycap Remover. Yeah, just pull off the old keycaps and put these in. Et voila! The KeyTok Beat Boy keycaps on the Rack CNAG Pro. They look pretty amazing. The hard edges and slight off-white color of the CNEG Pro's case definitely invokes the look of the KO2, and the keycaps deliver the coup de grace to complete the aesthetic. I can't be happier about it. And lastly, here's how they sound on the KeyTok Beat Boy set. So, what do we think about the KeyTok Beat Boy Smile Profile Die-Sub keycap set? For key peeps that like to stick to a specific aesthetic like I do, a maximalist functionalist, this will definitely find some space on your desk. At $59 or 3,300 Philippine pesos excluding shipping, the price is a bit steep, but you are getting so much. Not just the solid aesthetic value, but also the comfort in knowing that it'll fit your keyboard, whatever format or layout it may be. KeyTok has considered everything, so yeah, it'll fit. So that's the KeyTok Beat Boy Smile Profile Die-Sub keycap set. Do you have any questions about it? Leave them down in a comment and I'll do my best to answer them. While you're there, give this video a like and subscribe to the channel. It helps out a lot. That's it. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.